Blessed is the mind too small for doubt. Today we're building terrain. We're going to scratch build a ultramarine inspired statue terrain piece. I'm going to be showing you guys how I took this Apollo bust I found at the local thrift store and I turned him into a 40k scenic terrain piece. But before I get into the build, I want to talk about what inspired me to finally complete this project, because the Apollo bust statue has been sitting in my office for a really long time. The first time I came across this figure, I thought, oh, this would be perfect for like an Ultramar style terrain board, because it has that Roman or that Greek aesthetic that the Ultramarines are known for. However, it wasn't until I read the Plague Wars again recently that I finally said, you know what, I'm going to complete this project. Let me read you some of that description of the Ultramarines' homeworld that I found in the Plague Wars lore. The realm of Ultramar has stood unbroken as an idealized vision of what the Imperium could be since before the dark days of the Horus Heresy. Ruled over by the Ultramarines, the descendants of the Primarch Guilliman, its systems and worlds have long been bastion of strength and culture. From its capital world of Macragge, the chapter planet of the Ultramarines, to the outlying systems such as Espandor and Circes, the realm of Ultramar is a complete fortress. Colonnaded fortifications loom into the skies, studded with gun turrets and hung with proud banners. Weaponized statues the size of warlord titans, crafted in the likeness of the Ultramarines' heroes, and picked out in adamantium and marble, they watch over the people of Guilliman's realm, concealing weapons with the power to blast starships from the skies. And with that, we begin the creation of the Space Marine statue. My first step is to make the figure appear as if it belongs in the 40k universe, and what better way to do that than to add a bionic eye. This should be the first step regardless of what miniature statue you find. The addition of a bionic instantly gives it a grim dark sci-fi feel. So using my Dremel tool, I drilled a hole in the eye. While doing this, I was actually surprised that the Apollo bust wasn't hollow. Because I only paid $1 for this statue, I figured it would be made out of some cheap material. Once the hole was drilled and the dust cleared away, it was time to go into the bit box and find something that I can use to act as the core of the bionic eye. My first design concept was using a cylindrical piece of plastic that was part of a pen and attaching a mechanical pencil bit to give the eye a las cannon appearance. But I wasn't impressed by how simple it looked, so I went into the range weapons bit bin and found a piece that fit perfectly inside the eye. I can't really remember where this came from. It was probably some AdMech kit. If you know, comment down in the comment section below. But the bit was actually a little too long, so I had to trim it down. Once the bit was the right size, I used a bit of green stuff and glue to secure the core of the eyepiece in place. Next, I used wall putty. This is the stuff that you normally use to fix holes in your drywall, and I used that to fill in any gaps between the new piece and the statue. I should have used green stuff, that would have been easier, but I was running low on green stuff, so this stuff had to do. Once the wall plaster putty was dry, I went back into the ranged weapon bin and pulled out what looked like an old combi flamer weapon. I cut that in half and began to form more of the bionic eye. This is really just an appearance thing. It's up to you what bits you have and how you actually structure it to make it look like a bionic eye. So I continued the process by adding more and more weapon bits until I was satisfied with the look. My goal was to make the eye appear as if it was wrapping around the side of the face. This is common with most bionic eyes on a regular Space Marine. Once that was glued on, I took some old headphone cords and cut strips of wire to connect the eye to the skull of the statue. This is what I came up with. I couldn't just leave the wires glued onto the side of the statue like that, so I used some wall putty and hid the ends of the headphone cord and then sculpted the area to have it blend in with the hair. This made the cords look as if they were actually drilled into the statue's head. Once the bionic eye was complete, it was time to move on to the details of the face. A few weeks ago, I came across an artist on Instagram by the name of Tomás Barcelo Castella. He creates some amazing sculptures that give off this really cool grim sci-fi aesthetic, and it's something that I was going for, so I used him as inspiration. You should check him out too. His Instagram is just Tomás Barcelo Castella. I'll put a link down in the description below, and let him know that One Mind Syndicate sent you. He has some really cool inspirational work, and it's just this cool aesthetic that I think would fit really well with 40k. But anyways, using his theme, I drew on a basic outline of the face that I would later cut with an X-Acto knife. Now, because this statue represents a Space Marine hero, I have to add service studs. These are the small little metal bolts that most Space Marines have on their foreheads or on the side of their heads. These service studs denote rank and service and are common in most Space Marine chapters. I used some rivets that I bought at the dollar store and I just glued them onto the forehead. Once the face is complete, it's time to move on to the statue's chest. I wasn't going to try to add armor because the whole point of this statue is to show off the humanity of the Space Marine. In my mind, I imagine that this statue not only represents pride for the Ultramarines, but it also provides a sense of security and honor for the average Imperial citizen who looks upon this statue. What I do need to add is the interface points that are cut into the Space Marine's chest that connect the armor of the Space Marine to its black carapace. Black carapace is a gene seed organ. It basically creates a symbiotic relationship between the armor and the actual Space Marine's body. So it's almost as if it's wearing just skin. If you guys want more details on that, check out our 40 facts on the gene seed organs. I'll put a link up above or down below. If you look at any Space Marine art that depicts a Space Marine without armor, they usually have these on the chest. They look like auxiliary ports, basically. That's a joke that a friend made on Sunday, and I just wanted to throw that in there. But luckily for me, I had some washers that came in a shower head kit that I didn't use, and they were the perfect size for this statue. So I just super glued those onto the chest, making sure to glue them on alternating sides of the chest because I didn't want them to look like nipples. The last thing I want is for this Ultramarine hero to have giant pepperoni nipples. It's just gross. I also added chains on the borders of the cloth that the statue had, just to give it a more grimdark look. I know that Ultramarines usually don't use chains, but there are other Space Marine chapters, like the Black Templars, that utilize chains in their chapter's culture. I just thought it gave it a really cool look, so I added that on there. And then the last bit was to cover up the flower pattern on the figure's pin. I used wall putty once again, and once it was dried, I super glued an Aquila from the drop pod kit to complete the entire piece. And now it's time to move on to the painting. I hit the entire model with a coat of satin almond spray paint, and then I mixed my own wash. I used brown acrylic paint, water, and dish soap. Don't skip out on the dish soap. This is what's going to make the colors really get into the crevices of the statue and stay there. And there you have it, a simple statue terrain piece that creates an epic Ultramar ambiance for your tabletop. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope it inspires you to create your very own Space Marine statue. I know GW still has some terrain pieces that are like the statues and stuff like that, but it would be way more badass to go to your local thrift store, find whatever religious figurines you can get, and then kit bash them to make them look like they belong in the 40k universe. If you do that, share it with us on Instagram. We're pretty active on Instagram. The username or the tag is just One Mind Syndicate, and then share it with us. See what cool things you guys create. If you guys have suggestions for any other topics, any other terrain pieces that you guys would like us to create, let me know what it is in the comment section below. I know that some of you guys requested some orc terrain. That's coming. If you guys want to check out some really badass orc terrain right now, there's a guy, YouTube channel called Wylock's Armory. About a month ago, he created this really cool orc terrain tutorial video. You should go check it out. Let him know One Mind Syndicate sent you. It's just really awesome, really epic. But I'm also working on a trench board, and it's a big board. It's like a 4x6 board. So it's taking me a little bit longer than normal, but expect that soon. But again, thanks so much for listening, guys, and don't forget to hit the like button because that tells YouTube that you like this type of content, and it lets us know to also keep creating this type of content. So sharing and all that kind of stuff really helps us out. Thanks so much for listening, and I will talk to you tomorrow. This was Gershwan with One Mind Syndicate, signing out.
Put my freedom